Right, so Mordecai, huh? I like Mordecai. I actually started recording the Mordecai video. Like, I started playing it and I started getting footage the day I finished editing the brick video, which, I was really excited to get into Mordecai, to try out this very different play style that I have not played in fucking years, or at least that I have no conscious memory of. And I'm having such a fucking good time. The last video, I broke it up into a bunch of segments, and I don't think that was for the best. In this case, I did all of New Game so far. I haven't done New Game Plus yet. That's what's, I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that later. But yeah, let's talk about New Game Mordecai. So Mordecai, initially, I put all my skill points into getting Bloodwing to be as good as they could, because that's what I wanted, I wanted me to have a good, mighty bird. And yeah. Okay, I love Bloodwing. Mordecai loves Bloodwing. According to Krieg, he might love Bloodwing a little too much. It happens. Anyway. So Bloodwing is interesting because they're not really a, major offense. They're more like a softener, a crowd controller. I've got them equipped with a bit more damage, and they have a skill where they drop really anything. Can be ammunition, can be health, can be money, on every target they hit, and that's really nice. But they don't hit targets more than once, or at least they don't seem to do it very consistently. So when it comes to bosses, that is where they really drop off, which I think is kind of interesting. It's a good balance, I'll admit, that they're not just shredding enemies apart. And, same for bosses. You have to use them as a tool, but not like a kill switch, You're not just press the bird button and throw birds at people and just kind of, do nothing else. I like that. I like that they do have maybe a bit too much limitation, but limitations nonetheless I don't think are a bad thing. So yeah, putting everything into leveling Bloodwing to be more useful definitely pays off, because obviously you'll always be using the action skill, but you get... Okay, so Mordecai has 3 skill trees, right? He's got Rogue, which is for Bloodwing. He's got Sniper, which is for sniper rifles and sniping. I didn't put any skill points into that until I finished the last DLC, so I'm going to be focusing on that in New Game Plus, because I put a lot of stuff, obviously, into Rogue, but then also into Gunslinger. Now, I honestly completely forgot about Gunslinger, but it's really cool. It gives him an emphasis on pistols and revolvers. The difference being they use different ammunition, and pistols are typically your more typical rapid fire. Revolvers don't fire as quickly, have smaller magazines, or chambers, I guess. I do like that you typically just slot in a new chamber. I think that's kind of funny. Just, imagining the idea of someone with a bandolier on, and they've got some pockets with shotgun shells. They've got a few boxes of ammunition. They've got some spare magazines, and then they just got a heap of ready to go loaded chambers to put into their revolver, their singular revolver with 9 chambers wrapped around their leg or something. It's a very silly image to imagine, and I like it quite a bit. But yeah, revolvers, they're basically just strong pistols, whereas pistols are... Okay, they're actually a lot better, because when you go into the Gunslinger skill tree, it gets kind of crazy. You get improved fire rate, improved damage. I don't remember what the fuck else you get. But yeah, I find myself... So my loadout is a sniper rifle, a pistol, a revolver, and an SMG. And, you know, obviously the first three have very... they have skills that correspond to them that make them more effective. The SMG is just there for a bit of variety and because it's really fucking good. And I sometimes find myself being like, which will fire faster? Which will deal more damage? The SMG or the pistol? Because there's a genuine chance it could swing either way, and I think that's just fucking delightful. But yeah, so the whole vibe of playing Mordecai I find the most interesting is he feels cool and skillful in a way that I don't think really applied to Brick. You know, Brick is Brick. He's simple, he's to the point, he's an idiot. Mordecai, you know, obviously headshots are like the primary goal. He just feels cool, you know, it feels great just quickly aiming down the sights. And then, man, Borderlands 1 has some really good gore. Not like the best, but there's some really fun deaths. Like the elemental deaths. Oh, I love the shock one, where there's like this burst of electricity that just blows their head up and has the body drop. It's very fun. But yeah, so Brick was very like in your face, and it kind of didn't... I guess I'd say he felt directionless in a way. Like every direction leads to blowing shit up with rockets, whereas Mordecai is like, okay, am I gonna soften them up with pistol or SMG or even the revolver? Am I gonna go for like try and get the heavy damage out of sniping? Which New Game Plus, yeah, I'm gonna be using the sniper rifle a lot more. But it's just, you know, he's very basic, Mordecai. But I'm still having a lot of fun in the exciting things I can do. Like, if you're good, you can take out Crom at the beginning of his canyon by sniping him, and that's really cool. Sure, any character could do that, but Mordecai's the sniper, so that makes it fun. Oh, he also has a melee boost in fucking Gunslinger. Like, he has a melee boost skill, and I don't know what the fuck. I didn't put any points into it, because that seems bad. I appreciate the idea, you know, in his intro, in the intro cinematic, when it cuts to him, he's like fucking swinging his knife around, or his kukri, or whatever the fuck it is. So I get it, you know what, okay, give him something in case an enemy gets too close. And I mean, with Gunslinger, if you're not focusing on sniping, okay, yeah, that kind of like mid to close range does make a bit more sense. But it's just... Why the fuck does he have a melee passive skill? It's silly. Whatever. You know, I'm not gonna shit on ambition. I'm not gonna shit on ambition or creativity, because I believe there is merit in them, even if I don't like what comes of those things. Fuck. I've been talking straight for like 9.5 minutes, Jesus. Okay, yeah, so... One thing that I... What the fuck am I saying? I genuinely... My brain is turning into fucking potato salad at this point. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, Burnout. Yeah. Okay, so one thing, I said how, like, you know, I finished editing the Brick video and then I started the Mordecai run later that day. That's true, and that was because I finished the Brick video the day before. Finished the footage recording for the Brick video the day before, and then record my audio and edit it together. And playing all of this fucking Borderlands, you know, we'll see how I'm feeling after New Game Plus. I don't know if the next thing I do is going to be the Roland run. Because I'm saving Lilith for last, not because she's particularly special, but because there's one really specific aspect where I think she'll be the most interesting to use. I'm also considering, this is not related to the video production, because the Brick video is 44 minutes long, and I'm thinking, like, does this video need to be as long? I don't think it does. Yeah. So, Mordecai he's fast, he just feels more immediate in his fun, and I like that. You know, there's like a very tactile sense of responsiveness that I just never felt. I don't even know if that really makes sense, but I just never really felt that with Brick, especially as it went on. So, I'm having a much better time. And yeah, I might not play Roland. I might not do the Roland video next. It might be Lords of the Fallen. I have been wanting to do a magic run in that, as I've said. Fuck. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna go play New Game Plus, because I can't think of a single fucking thing to say. See you after that shit show, and here's hoping to defeat Cormorax this time. Okay, so it's Monday. And I wish the cars outside would shut the fuck up. It's a fucking public holiday, and the cunts just won't shut the fuck up. Stay home, you cunts. Anyway, back to the game. So the next thing I gotta do is I gotta fight Crom. So whatever footage this is gonna be over this, it's gonna be either me succeeding in... It's either gonna be me sniping Crom to death or getting really annoyed and then not doing that. Because, I mean, I gotta run up his hill either way, but fuck it. You know, I took a weekend off. And just haven't played Borderlands. I am so fucking exhausted of playing Borderlands. Just in this, like, so much in so little time. Whatever I do next is definitely not going to be Borderlands. It's going to be something else. I have an idea for a project I need to start. And the reason I say I need to start it, I don't need to do it, is because it will take me probably 7 to maybe 1,500 hours to complete. I won't say what it is, but it will be a fucking nightmare. Fuck. Yeah. So I didn't think I'd be doing this, checking in and being like, I'm having a shit time midway through New Game Plus, rather than doing like the kind of retrospective after the fact. I'm fucking tired. I am just mentally exhausted. Fuck. But fuck it, I've got a Crom to crush. Fuck me. Let's get into it. Ooh. Man, this shit sucks. I'm not even like halfway through the zombie island of Dr. Ned, and I'm throwing in the fucking towel. Oh my god. It's so Just like the momentum of the game fucking plummets. You know, I just, maybe it's because I played this right after playing Brick, but I cannot endure anymore. You know, I'm at my fucking limit, at least for a long time. Maybe one day I'll come back and I'll play Roland. I don't want to play more Mordecai. Maybe one day I'll come back and play Roland, or I'll play Brick. Lilith, and I'll have a really good time. But that time is not now. I cannot fucking endure it. I have a theory that they really designed the endgame in particular. Like, the New Game Plus cycle isn't too bad. The Destroyer is a jump up, and then the DLC is like, okay, you know, time to put your big boy boots on. I have a theory that it was designed explicitly around co-op play, because as a solo experience, the bosses have just been I don't like using this word frequently, or overusing it. Mind-numbing. Fucking mind-numbing is the best way to describe them. I'm so fucking tired. I don't want to play more Borderlands 1. You know? I want to play the later games. I'm so excited to play Maya in Borderlands 2. She's probably going to be the first character I pick. I love Maya. She's great. She's also not in fucking Borderlands 1. Fuck me. I feel bad, you know. I made it further than this with Brick, but that was because I was forcing myself to, and it was coming at the cost of my mental health to an extent, where it was just becoming increasingly unenjoyable. And then, generally, I think Mordecai is more fun to play, but at the same time, there's no other way to describe it, man. This shit sucks. As a solo experience, New Game Plus Borderlands 1, at minimum, as Brick and Mordecai, isn't very enjoyable. You know, it's just, it's a pain. And it's gone beyond what I choose to endure. So, fuck it, I guess. You know, I like to think that one day I'll come back and actually play Roland and Lilith, because I remember fucking nothing about either of them, other than obviously Roland has a turret, Lilith is a siren, and is technically the best melee character. I feel kind of bad. I do. I genuinely feel bad about not finishing this project I've established, but like, I just can't. You know, I fucking can't do it anymore. So, next Borderlands game will be Borderlands 2, probably Maya. And, you know, I imagine True Vault Hunter in that will be reasonable to a decent challenge. I've never played Ultimate Vault Hunter, and I legitimately am a little fucking scared of that bullshit, but we'll fuck that pig when we get to it, as the phrase goes. So peace out, sports fans. I'm fucking tired.